Okay, I'd like to call to order the City of Camarillo Planning Commission meeting for Tuesday, March 19th, 2024. Mr. Secretary, you call roll, please.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. I'll be practicing my secretary duties today. Roll call, please. We will take roll call. Chair Edsel.
Here.
Vice Chair Lamone.
Here.
Commissioner Vandermeulen.
Here.
Commissioner Murphy.
Here.
Commissioner Davidson.
Here.
Yes, and then now we stand for the flag salute, and Commissioner Lamone will lead us.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item on tonight's agenda is the consent agenda. Is there any questions on these items, or we would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and second to approve the consent items. Taking the oral vote.
Commissioner Davidson,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vandermeulen,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lamone,
Yes.
and Chair Edsel.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to the next item. This is the time on the agenda for public comment for someone to come forward to speak on a non-agenda item. Is there anybody present that would like to speak on an item that's not on tonight's agenda? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public comment section and open the public hearing for item number C on tonight's agenda. Do we have a staff report?
Yes, we do have a staff report. It will be being presented by Tanner Shelton, Senior Planner with Jensen Design and Survey.
Hi, everyone. Am I on? Yes. Hi, everyone. Tanner Shelton here with Jensen Design and Survey. Great to be with you all, Chair and Commissioners. We're providing contract services to the City of Camarillo and assisting the great team you have here. Tonight, we are presenting or discussing a proposed zoning ordinance amendment to the Camarillo Municipal Code to eliminate and replace the plan review procedure established in Chapter 19.67, which is currently only required in the rural exclusive residential zone. Before the Commission this evening is a resolution recommending the approval to City Council of the proposed zoning ordinance amendment. Pursuant to Camarillo Municipal Code, the Planning Commission is charged with making a recommendation to City Council. The Council is the ultimate decision-making authority on this item. There we go. Sorry about that, technical difficulties here. The plan review procedure established by Chapter 19.67 provides a review process distinct from a zoning clearance for permitted developments not requiring a conditional use permit, plan development permit, or other discretionary entitlement. The original intent of this chapter was to create a purposeful mechanism to ensure projects not requiring discretionary entitlements complied with the city's expectations for contextually appropriate and high-quality development. As the city's zoning ordinance and land use regulations evolved over time, the only zoning designation still requiring use of the plan review process is the rural exclusive, or RE zone. The plan review process was gradually replaced in all other zones over time by administrative review mechanisms. This includes the city's other residential zoning designations, which are the R1 and RPD zones. The plan review process is summarized on this flow chart in front of you. Any applicant applying for a permitted use by right in the RE zone is currently required to follow this procedure. First, an application is filed with the city, as shown on the left side of the flow chart there. Applicants must comply with the city's lengthy submittal requirements for plan review applications, which are more similar to those for discretionary entitlements like a conditional use permit or a plan development permit. Upon receipt of an application, city staff must circulate the application to all city departments for review and comment. Upon receipt of comments from city departments, city staff then evaluates the project for compliance with applicable development standards. City staff then prepares a staff report and findings of fact as is required by Camarillo Municipal Code. The Community Development Director can then either approve or conditionally approve the proposed project. The decision of the Community Development Director is final unless appealed. Any plan review decision can be appealed to the Planning Commission and then on to City Council if desired by the appellant. The permitted uses in the RE zone that are subject to this process include minor items like patio covers, auxiliary buildings such as garages and small residential additions. City staff estimates that a code-compliant patio cover would typically take about 3 weeks to go through this process from the date of submittal through plan review. In contrast, the same patio cover in the R1 zone, for example, could be approved over the counter the same day it's submitted. This estimate does not include the initial time that has to be spent by an applicant preparing the plans to even get into the city to begin with. Staff believes that this timeline is burdensome for applicants, especially when we have an equivalent structure in the R1 or RPD zone that could be approved, the day of over the counter. Therefore, staff is recommending that the plan review process be replaced with an administrative zoning clearance process that is the same as those utilized in other residential zones throughout the city. The proposed review process is summarized by this flow chart. A zoning clearance will be required for the construction of any building or structure or the reconstruction and/or modification of any building or structure. Such zoning clearances will be reviewed administratively by city staff, like zoning clearances in all other zones. In order to issue a zoning clearance, it's worth noting that city staff will ensure that the proposed development's architectural design, including the proposed colors, texture, material, massing, is compatible internally on the site and then also compatible with surrounding uses as well. This proposed provision, I should say, will retain the city's ability to ensure that we still have a robust review mechanism and a way to assure that appropriate project design review occurs in the same way that the plan review process currently does, while eliminating some of the more burdensome elements of the plan review process. This will save both resident and city staff time. The proposed zoning ordinance amendment will eliminate the plan review process entirely throughout the CMC. While the plan review process is only utilized in the RE zone, several historic legacy references are sprinkled throughout the CMC, including in the zoning standards for the R1, RPD, and M1 zones. Staff is proposing that these references to Chapter 19.67 be modified as part of this effort to ensure internal consistency within the zoning ordinance. The proposed changes are summarized on the slide in front of you. The proposed ZOA will not impact current procedures in any zone except for the RE zone. This concludes staff's presentation. I'm available for questions, as is James Fowler, Senior Planner with the city. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do any of the commissioners have any questions? Nope. Very clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we open it for public hearing, open the public hearing for this item. Is there anybody here that would like to come and speak on this agenda item? Nope. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. And any commissioner comments or anything? Because this one, we vote through a resolution, is that correct? A recommendation? to pass?
Yes, that's agreed, yes.
Do any of the commissioners have questions or prefer to call for resolution? Beverly?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clear reading through, especially reading through the redlined area, which is really a nice way to get it to actually see, what the
Yeah.
changes are and see that it was going down, consistently throughout.
Yeah.
So I don't have any, questions with that. Anybody else?
It just seems like a very reasonable streamlining of a process, especially for those small miscellaneous items in the RE zone, like a patio cover. It certainly should not have to go through an arduous review process. So, thank you.
I guess we're ready to call for resolution then.
Before you is a resolution PC 2024-3, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Camarillo recommending approval to the City Council of an ordinance amending certain sections of Title 19 and repealing Chapter 19.67 of Title 19 of the Camarillo Municipal Code to eliminate the plan review procedure.
I move to adopt the resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Lamone, seconded by Commissioner Murphy. Please vote.
Commissioner Davidson,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vandermeulen,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lamon,
Yes.
and Chair Etzel.
Yes. Okay, that passes 5-0. And so we just move on to our next item, discussion items.
Yeah, there is the director's report from Director Sanchez.
Thanks, Commissioners. Really short report tonight. We do have at least one item tracking for our next meeting on April 2nd.
That's good, thank you. Any commissioner comments for the evening?
I have something to say.
Yeah.
Earlier this month, Commissioner Vandermeulen and Commissioner Davidson and I attended the Planning Commissioners Academy in Long Beach, and I want to thank the city for allowing us to attend that event. I thought it was really well organized. The speakers were great, and we learned a lot of new items that are coming around the bend from state legislature and how to conduct ourselves as planning commissioners more effectively. So again, I appreciate that. The last day, Commissioner Davidson and Commissioner Vandermeulen and I were talking about what we had learned, and at the end of that, the conversation somehow steered towards an unrelated but very important topic, which was what constitutes a really good tasting cookie. And in that discussion, I mentioned that my wife, Sue, makes this cookie that involves pecans and chocolate and Heath bars and potato chips, of all things. And people sort of consider it to be half between a cookie and a candy bar. Well, upon hearing this, Commissioner Davidson sprung into action and formed a subcommittee, a very unofficial subcommittee, and made the motion that I bring a batch of these cookies to the next Planning Commission hearing, which is tonight. Commissioner Vandermeulen quickly seconded, and we voted, and the motion carried 2-1. And so,
Oh, my goodness.
So
I
that
have
includes the
brought-
ones that didn't make it to the conference too, we're okay?
yes, it does. And so I have brought a batch of cookies, and following the adjournment of this meeting, I invite anyone here to come and enjoy one or two. Okay? Thank you.
So does that mean I'm off the hook for not experimenting with cookies today?
Yes, it does.
Are there any, with that, is there any other comments?
I just want to say thank you to the newer presenter. Great job on, running through a lot of information very quickly and very succinctly. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done.
We're